Hello guys, welcome to Vishnu Tech Bytes. Today we are going to discuss Geeks for Geeks problem of the day. So the problem they are given is medium level problem. So make array elements unique. So they are given an array error. Your task is to find the minimum number of increment operations required to make all the elements of the array unique. So that is, no value in the array should occur more than once. In one operation, a value can be incremented by one only. So they are given an array, so we need to do minimum operation in order to make our array unique, so we can increment the value by 1. So they are given some examples here. So they are given input arr 122. So here we can make it unique by changing the value 2 here. So if we change this value to 3, so by incrementing 1, so we are going to get a unique array. So here, so that's why they are returning 1 here. So if we go here, so they are given 1123. So if we increment this 1 by 2, so already we are having 2 here. Okay, so if we increment these by 3, so we are already having 3 here. So that's why what I'm going to do is I'm going to increment these by 4. So if we increment these by 4 means we need 3 operations. Okay, in each operation we can increment by only 1. Okay, so that's why we need 3 minimum operations in order to make this array unique. Okay, so if we increase error of by 3, error of 0 by 3, then all array elements will be unique, hence the answer is 3 in this case. Okay, so next, if we come for these examples, here in the array they are given all the elements as unique element, so we don't need any operations, so that's why they have returned 0 here. So if we see some other examples, so these are the given examples. So here what we are doing, we are just converting this, we are having duplicate number of 2's, so that's why we will convert 1 2 to another number. So that's why we can make, so like that we can make array unique. So that's why I am going to convert here this array as 1 2. So those are unique elements, right? I am not going to change those elements. So again we are getting 2, so we need to increment this by 3. 3 is not there in the array, right? So that's why I'm going to increment that number into 3. So likewise we are going to get unique elements. Here we are requiring only one operation. Okay, only one increment we are requiring. So that's why the output for this test case is 1. So if we take here, for example, if I take 1 1 2 3, okay, so I am going to take 1 as it is, because as of now we are getting only unique elements. So if again I came for here, so if I see here, so there is again we are getting 1. Okay, I am trying to change it to 2. If I try to change it to 2, so let's check whether 2 is present in the array or not. 2 is already present. Okay, if we change it to 2 also, so what we will get, again we need to change that 2. Okay, so what I am going to do is, if it is not present in here means, then I am going to add this one. Okay, so or else I am not going to add that element. So again increment by 1. So if I increment by 1, so it will be like, so 1 plus 3. Okay, sorry, it will be like 1 plus 2 is nothing but 2. After 2 increments it will be 3. So 3 is also there here. So what I am going to do is I am going to increment one more. So if I increment it to 4 means, that means 3 minimum operations. Okay, I am going to get 4, and then 2 as it is, 2 is a unique element, and then 3 is also as it is, because these are forming an unique array elements. Okay, so we are going to get 3 here for this test case. If we saw here, we are having unique array elements. Okay, we don't need to do any operations here, so that's why I'm going to return 0 here. So these are the test cases. For example, for basically for this question, my approach is like, I'm going to sort these elements. Okay, so I will sort these elements by order. So if I sort these elements, it will be like 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to check this element and then this element. If these two elements are equal, then what I am going to do, I am going to increment this element. Okay, so if it is not equal means I'll just move the elements in an order. Okay, so if we check it here, so it is not equal, these two elements are not equal, so I move to next element. So it will be like I'm going to check these two elements. So if I check these two elements are also not equal, so I'll move to next element. So these two are also not equal, so I'll go to next element. So these two also not equal. So at last we need 0 operations to make it unique, because this array itself is a unique array. If we see first example, here in first example we are having 1 2 2. Okay, so I am staying here and then I am checking these two elements. If we check these two elements after sorting, first we need to sort the elements, then only we need to compare the elements. Okay, so I am going to compare these two elements. If these two elements are equal, so then what I am going to do, I am going to increment this by 1. Okay, so it is not equal, so move to next element. If we come here, these two elements are equal. If these two elements are equal, what I said, so we just increment this element by 1. So I am going to increment this element by 1, so that will become 1 2, and then if I increment this by 1, so I am going to get 1, and I am getting the unique array. So how many operations we required here? Only one operation we required. Okay, so now after this, there are some test cases, like for example all ones if they are given. Okay, so for that we need to take a special condition. Okay, so what if they are given like all ones, that is like 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1. So if they are given like this, okay, so I am going to check these two elements. So what it will become, so it will be like these two are equal, so I am going to increment this one by 2. So 1 comma 2 comma again 1 comma 1 comma 1. Okay, so if I do like this, but these two are not equal now, but these two are equal here. Okay, it will keep on going. If it keep on going means it will come here and then it will change here. It is not changing this one, but it is already repeated twice. So that's why what we need to do here, our condition is not equals to, our condition is like less than equals to. If we do this operation by less than equals to, then we are going to get the minimum operations. So let's get into the code and let's code this one. So here what I am going to do is, first I am going to sort the array. So that is array dot sort. I'm using PYTHON3 here, guys. So I'm going to sort the array first, and then what I'm going to do, so I'm going to compare first and then next elements. Okay, first two elements, and then I'm going to keep on comparing the elements. So for that I am writing one for loop for I in range of, I am going to take the loop from 1 to n, because I am going to check the elements, previous element and then current element. So that's why I am taking this for loop from 1 to n. So 1 comma length of array, guys. So after this what we need to do is, we need to compare the previous element and the current element. So if first what I said you, if these are equal means I just asked you to increment the elements. If you do like that, what if all the elements are same, like all ones they are given? So at that time the next element is going to increment, and after that element will be like less than. So that two are not equal, but still that two are duplicate elements, 1 and 1. So that's why what we are going to do here is, our condition is like nums of sorry, here they are given array, right? So array of I is greater than is equals to, if it is greater than or it is equals to, what we need to do, so we need to it is less than equals to. If it is error of I is less than is equals to error of I minus 1. So now what we need to do, we need to increment the element, okay, by how many times? So whatever the gap is there, so for that gap number of times we need to increment that element. So that gap I am going to find by using the difference between error of I and error of I minus 1. So to store our result, I am going to take one result variable, that is 0. So now here I am going to calculate my result. I am adding that value to my result, that is error of I minus 1 minus error of I. This is nothing but the difference between the two elements, and then we need to add one more element. We need to increment that, right? So plus 1. So this is the minimum value we need to add to get unique elements. So I need to update that array value also, right? So array of I is equals to, I am going to add the same thing for this also. So just copy this one and then paste this one. Okay, so after this we'll get the unique elements in the array. So at last I am going to return the result here. Let's check the code whether it will work or not. Yes guys, it is working fine. Let's submit the code and check. Oops, it's not working. Why it's not working? So it's like we are getting 1 1 2 3, but we need to perform 3 operations. So let's check what is our array, how it is updating. Let's check our array. It's my bad. So we are going to get 1 to, I am going to change this to 2 2. It is working fine. Here we are not adding the value here, so that is the reason why you see here. So we need to add 1 to the element. So that means for 2 we need to add element, but we are replacing this element. So that is the thing we have did wrong. So let's run again and let's check the code. Let's comment this. So we are getting the output. Yeah, we got this output. Thank you for being here. So